gentlemen. Today, we're going to be talking about eBay fees and some collaborations. How to get those done, and of course, answer any slide questions you might have. Hey, KO Knives, what's going on? I see the like, but I don't see people in here. He's a ghost. FE Ordnance, what's going on? Just got finished. Hey, Jansen. Just got finished with some negative news, unfortunately. So we had someone we were collaborating with, and they just keep ghosting us. So we're about to go through the last couple of attempts before we blacklist them. And I was figuring, you know, what the heck. Maybe we'll talk about that. And then, of course, eBay had a few issues with that just now. So, what the heck. We're going to talk about eBay, and we'll talk about collaborations, and so on and so forth. How y'all doing? I drink my soda pop. eBay is real simple. It's easy to sell on there. The biggest downside to it is the 13+% they take with every sale. And that goes up if you choose to advertise. So, yeah, evil day. On top of that, they're not very Second Amendment friendly. For example, we can't sell threaded barrels on there. We can't list things a certain way. We can't use certain words, certain terminology. But the market, unfortunately, there are so many people out there who love eBay, and especially when you're a new business, eBay provides you an avenue to sell where people can find your product. The downside is people are so comfortable with eBay is that they don't go search for the business, even if the business's name is, you know, in the eBay account on all their products. They won't bother checking out the website. They won't bother searching up the company. They're just happy to buy on eBay, and they'll never talk about it like it's the company that made it. They'll talk about it, oh, I got this eBay slide, like somehow eBay made the slide. And how often have you heard the term eBay slide before? Doesn't matter who made it, what company it came from, it's an eBay slide. Yeah, exactly. It used to be a lot better, and now it's become a lot more restrictive on what you can sell, how you can sell it, how it's worded. Oh yeah, I'd say we're all guilty of it. I mean, I used to love eBay for many years. It was my go-to. Kind of the same with Amazon when they were still doing same-day and two-day shipping regularly. Hey, Theo's Guns, what's going on? I was hoping Native Gun would kind of compete with eBay eventually, and Amazon. Unfortunately, Native Gun went down, and it was like, imagine eBay if all it was guns and gun parts. That'd be so freaking cool. But for example, not too bad, Theo. We're talking about eBay and then some collaborations because we had some bad business to deal with. No incriminations here. I'm sure my resident ATF and or FBI agent is watching, as are they with all of you. Oh, where was I? Right, Native Gun. Yeah, so imagine eBay with just gun parts. It was so cool. It was a great idea. And the percentages were way better. So instead of 13% and whatever advertising fees, it's all allegedly in Minecraft. Native Gun was only going to take 5%, which is just a smidge more than what we are doing for our website, which is only like 4% plus random fees for other stuff. And that's another issue is like finding credit card process servers that, you know, are going to deal with gun parts. Some of them just refuse to do it. Like PayPal, great example. People ask us all the time, "Hey, can I pay with PayPal?" No, no, you can't. When we first started this business, we started meeting guys in Florida and a few other states, and heard horror stories about how PayPal would seize their money or would freeze their account once they found out they were doing gun parts. PayPal does not support the Second Amendment. And people think, oh, you know, it's a secure method of payment, you know, it's this, it's that. And PayPal was freezing the assets of small businesses making gun parts or procuring gun parts and reselling. They did that to several people, and we're talking when you're a small business and it's only a few $1,000s, that few $1,000s pays rent. That few $1,000s pays your electric bill. It buys material. So they were ruining small businesses. And it's not like there is, you know, like Smith and Wesson doesn't give a shit about PayPal. Block doesn't give a shit about PayPal. That KO Knives right there, yeah. And so we flat out refused to use PayPal, and people gave us so much shit for it. And we tried to explain it, and they didn't care. They're like, well, you should just accept PayPal because I'm the customer. Now, I love our customers, I absolutely do, but I have worked in the customer service industry before and after the military, and I can tell you the customer is not always right. They're right in the matter of taste. A good deal of the time, quite a few of them are stupid. Really freaking stupid. And you would think in the 2A industry, there would be less stupid people. Oh no, oh no, it gets bad. I can regale you of the story of the guy who put his EDP rod in backwards and said it was our fault. Now, we'll openly admit we don't know everything. I do not. I have 10 years of military experience. I've been in gun shooting competitions. I did private security, so I have experience with firearms. Used to hunt, and I don't know everything. And I go into this knowing I don't know everything. And it's okay to not know everything. There's always more to learn. But some guys walk into this all cocksure, like they know everything, and make some really stupid decisions or statements. So they'd come at you for not accepting PayPal. I mean, it should, but it doesn't. That said, on the flip side, though, there's also some truly amazing customers who are like, hey, man, look at this cool build I did, and it runs perfectly, and they know what they're doing. And I love seeing that, too. Not that I don't like seeing new people do it. I really do, because I'm very happy there's a whole new generation of gun owners and builders out there. It's absolutely amazing. But some of them have really tried our patience. Oh, but yeah, eBay, no threaded barrels, can't use certain words. For example, we have a gray Cerakote that is called Sniper Gray. We could not list it as Sniper Gray. We had to list it on eBay as Gunmetal. We had one called Bazooka Pink. Could not list it as Bazooka Pink. We had to list it as Bubblegum Pink. And we really hated doing that because we love our customers being able to color match. So if we can tell them, yeah, exactly, it's this H series or this F series or this FX series Cerakote, here's the code or here's the numeric and here's the title of it. Now you can go out and color match. So you can make sure your frame and all, you know, everything else going on to your build matches if you want to, or complements if you want to. And especially for things like Flat Dark Earth, where everyone has their own different variant of Flat Dark Earth, knowing what exact color it is, you know, by the numeric and the title, can help people color match better. So we wanted that, and eBay wouldn't let us do it on a lot of, well, not on a lot, but on several of our colors. Little things like that where they control the verbiage you use. As for collaborations, the most of them, the vast majority of our collabs have been amazing. Some have definitely outshined some others, where they just kind of went above and beyond. And some did exactly what they were supposed to do, and they kept in communication, and they did what they were going to do, and it turned out great. There were a few that were a little less stellar. They didn't do as much, but they still did the job. But these last few, I should say these few have really basically effectively just stolen from us. Completely ghosted us, stolen from us. That's kind of the way how we look at it. And for example, I just sent a message out today along with an email, pretty much giving them instructions and explaining the situation. After this, it'll probably be a physical letter that's going to require a signature for them to receive. And, is it worth doing some sort of legal action? Probably not. It's only, I think we're at, 3 slides? Yeah, so it's really not worth our time. But it is worth our time to let them know that we know what our expectations are and that we will never be working with them again. Yeah, nothing's free. And we're really loose about it, too. I don't make people sign a contract. I don't make people say, hey, you're going to do this, this, and this. Very loose and free form with it. Hey, what's your plan? Okay, that's your plan? Okay, we're going to enjoy watching that to fruition. But then when they ghost you for months and months, despite numerous attempts at communication, and we understand stuff happens. You get busy with work, you get busy with your other collabs that came before us. There's a queue. That's fine. But multiple of our repeat collabs, additional slides down the road, additional opportunities, meet and greet, potentially, if we're going to, like when we went to SHOT Show. There were collabs that we had previously worked with. We were excited to meet. These guys, if they're around, we're not going to go meet them. We're not going to go do anything public. We're never going to give them another slide again. We're not going to bad talk them. We might go warn some people privately. Like, hey, man, I saw you're dealing with this person. Here's what happened with us, and then you take it from there. Oh, yeah, weeks, totally, we get it. Do you guys know these people? I don't think I've seen them in our sphere. So, probably not. One I can tell you I'm a little disappointed in because of all the law enforcement stuff that the guy posts. And I'm not 100% sure, but he might be a cop. Or at least that's the persona he's going with. And the other guy, definitely not our line of content creators. Oh, I'm out of soda. But for collaborations, it's, if you're interested in collabing with us, all we ask is just a plan. Hey, what kind of frame are you going to do? What kind of content are you going to do? Do you need an optic? Do you have everything for it? Just walk us through it. And we've said no to a few people just because they couldn't answer those basic questions. So I was like, if you can't adult, we're not giving you a slide. What does collaboration mean to us? So we get you a slide at our cost. We pay for the shipping. And you maybe do some content on your channel. I'm not limiting on what it has to be or how long it is or, what you do with it. You want to go torture test it, you want to just, do a fancy build and show it off, make it like a wall display. It doesn't really bother us what you do with it. Just that you did something with it. You tested it out. And then at the end of it, you told us, hey, what did you like about it? Does it need improvements? Do you have ideas? Because at the end of it, we're just looking, well, one, for people to see the slide that we made. And then two, for, well, what did you like about it? What did you not like about it? why. You know, how do you see an improvement or a comparison to something else you've experienced? Because we do want some feedback. Yeah, that's pretty good right there, KO Knives. That's a excellent. I do have one of our people in our shop wants us to start making people do contracts. Make them actually sign something and get it notarized and do the whole thing. And I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do it that way. And I can deal with that. If you don't like it, just tell me why. That's all I want. I don't want, like, there's so many people that say, hey, do this, or fuck this company, or, you know, screw that slide, or screw this parts kit. Okay, why? And very few people actually go into elaboration as to why. Well, here's a great one. People want us to do the combat optics cut, where the dovetail is in front of the optic. I ask so many people why, and almost none of them ever answer it. Like, hey, are you going to do this? I don't know. Maybe. Why do you want it? Or, hey, this company's trash. Okay, why? Like, what did the company do something wrong, or is there something wrong with their product? And you ask them to explain why, and you almost never get an answer. So if you had one of our slides and you didn't like it, why? Was it the Cerakote job? Did it not fit right? Like, what happened? And can we fix it? So a lot of it, I think people kind of jump on bandwagon hate, and they actually have no experience with the product. That's a good way to do it. That's a definitely good way to do it. Like Siley Optics, I was not able to give them a full review because it's too damn hot. And the indoor ranges won't let me do what I want to do. And even like, for example, I went to work at 4 a.m. the other day. It was 91 degrees at 4 a.m. It's just too freaking hot for us to go out to the range or go out to the desert right now. It matters a little bit. Especially if you don't get, you know, the choice location you're looking for, then you have to wander around the desert to find a spot. So that lengthens the time you're out there. And you gotta drive out of town. Oh yeah, it'll get 117 easy here. It'll get 120. And they say, you know, they'll say, oh, the air temperature is this. And I'm like, yeah, the temperature close to the ground is a little more of what matters. The point is I can cook food. Oh, then we had a few issues with eBay not wanting to let us ship to Puerto Rico. They kept giving us international errors. I'm like, Puerto Rico is an American territory. Like, as long as they put PR in the state section, they're good. But Puerto Rico is just like, or eBay was just like, you can't sell here, it's international. No, the fuck it's not. That's been one of my irks about people not recognizing Puerto Rico as a territory. Or any of the other territories. So they did vote on becoming a state a couple of years back, but Congress never did anything with it, from what I understand. I don't know. I'm not fully up to date on all that. Let's see. Let's look at that. Oh, okay, yeah, they did back in 2020. Over 52% voted yes on becoming a state. Maybe that's not enough people. The final decision rests with Congress, and Congress has decided to do nothing. Okay. That's a good point, FE Ordnance. Definitely a good point. I've started reviewing content better because it's all lessons learned. So ultimately, even though I'm disappointed in the situation, I have learned something from it, and so it allows me to gauge a little better when checking out other channels. But as I also said, like most of the people we've dealt with, and even if we haven't given a slide out yet, a lot of the channels we've dealt with have been pretty awesome. Very few have we just like, yeah, we're not going to deal with these people anymore. So we've got 2 for sure. We're definitely, actually 3, though they haven't talked to us in quite some time on that 3rd one. And that was just because the guy could never answer a question. It'd be real simple stuff like, okay, what kind of frame are you putting it on? You know, you're going to put it on a Glock OEM? Are you going to put it on, you know, a Polymer 80, a PSA? Couldn't answer that. Or would not answer that. Like, hey, are you going to put an optic on it? Do you have the parts kit needed to do the build? Or, like, do you need a parts kit? Like, walk us through this. And because there's been times where we have collabed where we give the parts kit because the person involved has the frame, just doesn't have the parts kit. It's like, yeah, okay, we'll do a parts kit too. But if you've already got it and you already have the idea, because we use SCT parts kits, so the person getting it might not want to use an SCT parts kit. Maybe they want to use OEM. Or maybe they're doing a dual collab and they're trying out somebody else's parts kit. Don't know. But just like, okay, hey, walk us through. Like, never would answer the question. Or just walked right around the question. And it's like, yeah, okay, we're not sending you anything. Like, if you can't be an adult for 2 seconds and just answer some simple questions, we're not sending to nothing. Yeah, you guys have a lot of shooting videos, which is awesome. There's more than a few where it's just like wave the gun around my bed kind of stuff. And it's like that's their content. I mean, they're getting views, so I mean, they're doing something right. But yours lets us look at, like, if you pick up a platform and you actually go to the range and you test it out, there's more than a few where they're not really doing that. That's a fair point, too. We also wanted people to see if the parts kits were good too, because like we haven't had issues with them, but most people are OEM diehards. They will not touch anything that's not OEM. So sometimes it's nice to see if they have comments about the SCT parts kits that we're using. As long as it's just not straight up Chinesium garbage from Temu. I'm scrolling through yours right now, man. You have so many range videos. I don't think we've ever really gotten into that. I know you used to have like a gun shop where you were selling stuff, right? And of course, I know you do competitions and you go to shooting events and stuff like that. So many. That figures. Get back from the post office and I sold something else. Not that it matters anyway. The last shipment went out about half an hour ago. So, post office isn't sending anything out for the rest of the day. Oh, that's kick-ass. Orange Smoke, what's going on? That's freaking cool, man. I just drove all the shit boxes we had. No, actually, one time I did get... Twice. Twice I did get a hold of new vehicles. Like, actually new. But when we hit ground in the Middle East, we actually got a whole new fleet of Humvees. They were so new they didn't even have the mirrors on them, and there was plastic on all the seats. They were so clean. And then they got ruined because we were in the Middle East. But I'd never seen Humvees that freaking clean before that moment. Then, of course, the JLTV and all those new ones. Ten and a half hours a day. Freaking cool. Oh, man, I feel that. Oh, so that's what your profile pic. I just thought you were in front of one of the trucks, man. That's sweet. I love shooting that with the crow's nest. That was awesome. The new Joint Light Tactical Vehicle, deadlined. I remember when we first started getting those. And then some retard had the bright idea to say, hey, let's paint them forest camo. I'm like, we're in Arizona. Why just leave them tan? Like, we still have Humvees that are in frickin' woodland camo. I'm like, we're in Arizona. Everything should be tan unless we are deploying to, like, Europe, and then we'll paint it. Oh, fuck yeah. JLTV with the crows. That's wild. That's a cool freaking job. I know another guy does something... Well, he doesn't test them, but he does, like, the maintenance and restoration and, like, preservation of the boneyard here in Arizona. So, like, all those military aircraft that are mothballed, they can get them up and running again if they need them. That's what he does for a job. A lot of it's going out and stripping off old coating and putting new coating on. And they got to check. He's like, he has a whole schedule where he has to check so many planes per week. Each one's on a cycle. Works real repetitive, but it pays very well. Does suck for him in the summer, though. Just because it's summer heat doesn't mean they stop. Dale Pogue, what's going on? Oh, let's see. A new zoom photo, a new zoom photo, a new turbo photo. Oh, God, that hurts. Reloading. What, reloading ammo? I haven't done that in so long. Never really did a whole lot with it. I did like 357 and 38 and 45 long Colt. Reloading's a cool skill. Even if people don't end up doing it all the time, they should like understand it. Okay, let me take a look there. Let me check. That should be a $10 difference. Yep, $10 difference. Okay. So yeah, like if you buy on our eBay pages, our prices are a little bit more expensive to slightly offset that percentage that they're taking. Makes it roughly about right. Also, we thought that might encourage people to go to the website, just being a little more expensive. It did not. It did not encourage them whatsoever. Oh, that shouldn't be free delivery. That should, but why is that free delivery? Whatever. Somebody gets a slightly better deal. Speaking of eBay, if any of you guys want to have some of our old stuff or our discontinued colors, go check out RB Market or RB Tactical Market. It's a small reseller that we are offloading stuff to periodically. He will tend to buy it in a kind of bulk. Hey, Below Average Utah Dad, how's it going? Welcome to the live. 938, 357, 44, 44 mag, 45, 45 Colt, 223, 6.5, 270, 308, 30, 30. That's what I should have been reloading was 30-06. Over $1 a round. Kitchen! I think I know what that is. Got a delivery. That's heavy. What? Be right back. Just gotta deal with mail here real quick. Let's go take a look at the website. Seems a little wrong. Orders. Oh. They separated it. Why? Why would they do that? That's insane. Oh, you know, that's one I've never shot, is 9mm major. How is it compared to, like, you know, regular 9mm? Yeah, I should be doing something like that. Reloading while I do lives or something. That'd be cool. Of course, I barely go to the range anymore, except for testing slides.
You clearly sick. How does that work? You literally complain to I bring him. I bring him. She brings him home. Technically, it's mine. Yeah, but I think she wouldn't eat it.
If you don't like it, it's not yours.
Well, I'm fine with it as long as I have inland sauce. So there's no inland sauce.
Why would you ruin that with it? Weird. You think Taco Bell's Mexican food, though? Come on. Fun little arguments in the background. Oh, let's see. What are we at now? Oh, thanks for liking, everybody. That is awesome of you. 469. Oh, where were we? Let's see. We got Utah. Dust cover actual. What's going on, man? I don't know if we're the best slides in the game, but, you know, we do all right. Maybe once I get people who can figure out their UPKs. We had this one. A guy kept calling us for troubleshooting, and we're trying to help him out, you know, but without physically seeing it, it's a little hard to do some of the troubleshooting. And, you know, just phone calls back and forth, emails back and forth. And finally, it's just like, all right, man, just mail it out to us. And we put it together and go to the range, and I dumped 100 rounds through it. I'm just like, yep, good to go. So I don't really understand what you were doing, man. And despite my social media persona, I've given up energy drinks, so now I'm kicking this carbonated water. Trying to be healthy. Turns out 10 years of over-caffeination is bad for you. Nobody tell the army. Unloading some ammo? Yeah, that happens too. Hoping I'll have more slides to swap come fall. This is all I have right here that people just have not bought or that we use for range testing. Everything else is getting sold, which is a good thing. I just wish I had more stuff to show off. Daniel Carter, what's going on, man? Oh, right. I forgot, man. You have a gun channel. Let me sub to that real quick. Man, I feel that. I didn't even have to get up at 3 a.m. today. But my body still woke my ass up at 3 a.m. Sucks. Yeah, I figured we'd talk about... Well, we already did talk about eBay and collaborators. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about. I'm just killing some time. Maybe I'll get pissed off and tell you guys who this latest one I'm dealing with is. The rest of the shop will probably tell me not to. Be like, hey man, it's not worth our time. Fuck that guy. We got better people we're working with. Which they're not wrong. They're really not wrong. Brookside, what's going on? Oh, your battle belt? You know, Red Dawn Readiness has an interesting belt setup. You should check him out sometime, Dustcover. Let's see, I guess we also go through the list of, like, who we have collaborated with, or who we are collaborating with or plan to. FE Ordnance is in here. I'm planning to collab with him once we get everything squared away. Get ourselves squared away. Let's see, DLD After Dark. We're probably going to send him something. Blue Average Utah Dad, possibly. Oh, I'm buffering. Flying Rich, we're sending him out one of our camo hellets. What's up with the FN? Okay, weird. Yeah, my whole screen's buffer. I'm seeing the chat come through, but my screen's just buffering. Weird. Let's try and fix that. Okay, there we go. Alright. Where was I? Ginger Perrin, maybe? Oh, God, no. Okay, I'm still here, but we might be going on a road trip. Just changed my evening, apparently. Okay, let's see here. Somewhere in Tucson. I'll just keep the live going while I'm driving. I'll have to turn it off right before I get there, but screw it. We'll keep the conversation going. You guys get to check out Arizona in the, well, it's not quite the evening, but we're getting there. Yeah, exactly. Real quick, I'm going to make a quick phone call, and then, depending on what happens, we're going on a road trip. Well, they didn't answer, so we're going on a road trip, which means I have to adult and put on pants. I'm wearing shorts, by the way. Alrighty. Temporary pause in video. There we go. Looks like that's worked. Weird way to continue the live, but what the heck. Actually, better yet,